Hello.
Hello. Wow, it's almost Christmas.
I know.
I
And
forgot.
it's the solstice today.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm, So big punctuation mark.
Have you
Um,
been feeling the energy of the solstice?
I feel like I have. I don't know. It does feel like a shift is happening today.
Mm,
Mhm.
I feel like I was kind of tuned out to really feel into today's energy.
Yeah.
But I'm
Yeah.
glad this.
Literally changed location last
Yeah,
night. I came
yeah.
from the desert. Now I'm at the coast in the water. So feels like things are getting wetter.
Mhm.
Yeah. Glad for that. Mhm.
So different environment.
Yeah, different
Mm,
environment, change of scene,
yeah.
different people. Yeah, feels good.
Cool.
Different energies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, well, we kind of don't know, right, what we want to talk about other than both of us noticing um like me having the want to dive deep and you wanting to have the want to just have a conversation about something. And then we decided, oh, that would be good to incorporate both
Mhm.
organically and see where it
Yeah.
goes. And so,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
tell me about like the feelings that you have about talking about it versus going deep. And then I will answer mine too, I guess.
Okay, the feeling state of um yeah, I feel like through conversation, maybe just organic conversation, um, seeing what most stands out to explore deeper. hmm Um, um,
And then your energy of not wanting to dive deep to it.
yeah, yeah. It's like, yeah, wanting to, I don't know, there's something about, hmm, yeah, I don't know, something like wanting to stay contained and just,
Mm,
um,
maybe this could be like we're also the inner parts of one, like a human, where one doesn't mind exploring it verbally, whatever it is that they want to explore. So for instance, like, I don't know, just a random stupid example would be like, I, well, it's not stupid, but just like a silly example would be, I want coffee.
yeah, hmm
I don't know why I want coffee because I don't drink coffee
hmm
or something like that. And then you would be the part within the self that's like, well, I don't mind kind of exploring it and feeling it out. And then
yeah,
I would be the kind of part like, okay, let's dive deep to find out why. And they're
mm,
both right, but I wonder if even these two parts within the self don't really get to see each other. Where
oh,
one's like, I'm gonna dive deep, and the other one's like, no, not really. I don't want to dive deep today.
right,
Stuff
yeah.
like that in
Maybe
the
it's just also responding to like my own energy this moment.
hmm
Uh,
hmm
yeah. hmm
yeah. So like, um, if we, let's say, we were the inner parts of like, I don't know, Cindy or something,
hmm
then these are the, this would be the
Oh, right. The
war
inner
within.
part
Yeah,
of, uh-huh.
yeah.
like one part's just like, no, I just kind of want to walk around the neighborhood.
Yeah, I don't want to
And
intervene. I just,
yeah, and then the other part's like, no, I want to go into this house,
hmm
like really see what they're doing.
hmm hmm
Yeah. And I'm like, no, I just kind of want to walk around the neighborhood.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I,
Yeah. So how do we, right? This is an interesting prompt,
hmm
how did these both
yeah,
let their get their needs? Yeah.
yeah. So seeing it from that perspective, I guess, kind of,
Yeah. Well, I'm just interested, like, do you feel rejected as the part that wants to go deep, that the other part, like me, is like, oh, I want to explore things
yeah,
conversationally?
it has a little bit of that,
Yeah.
but then it also has an understanding of, well, yeah, my neutral self has an understanding of, well, I recognize the part that wants to go deep, and that part I can sense, oh, it feels rejected. And
Hmm.
then the neutral part of me understands, like, oh no, like it's got to be a win-win.
Right. Oh my
So
God, I totally feel like I'm the energy of like,
yeah,
there's just certain guys
yes,
who
certainly
are
not.
like in a relationship, the guy, okay,
Oh,
total stereotype, where the girlfriend's like, I want to talk about this, about
yeah,
what's going on in the relationship, go deep. And then the guy's
yeah.
like, oh, I just want to chill.
Oh, you're so right.
Yeah,
I don't
I
want to go
totally get that.
there.
Yeah, I don't want to go there.
You're so right. You can look at it from that perspective as well
Uh,
too. Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
yeah,
So okay, okay, this is getting really
yeah.
interesting.
Because it's like,
'Cause-
yeah, kind
yeah,
of like I'm tired, or I'm not in the space.
yeah, yeah. And I think for me, to that part that wanted to dive deep, um, like something feels off
Mm-hmm.
to that part. And so it wants an understanding. It wants to know.
Hmm.
Yeah. So then when you're the part you're feeling, which is no, I don't really want to dive deep today from your moons, um, to that part, if to the part that I'm more dominant in of wanting to dive deep feels like, oh no, I'm probably not going to have access to it, to
You're
have
gonna have
an
access.
to have an understanding. Yeah.
Oh, so it feels like you're not gonna get your need.
Yeah, yeah, I guess so.
Mm.
Yeah.
And at the same time, for my part, it's like, well, I don't want to just completely
Yeah.
overturn what my energy state is,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Um, but at the same time, I'm not like opposed to it, but it's just like a preference with like
Yes. Yes.
the state I'm in.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But then it's in that like I think on both ends it's the same where
Yeah,
no, like I think we both agree like no, we don't want to push it because that is not going to be a win-win. But feeling a bit sensitive, like, oh, but she's feeling this way, and oh, and she's feeling this way, and being in that space of sensitivity, I guess,
yeah.
the self and the other. So how do you feel from that point, being on the opposite um feeling state of no, I just want to talk about it, and me being in the no, I'd rather dive deep, but
Yeah,
respecting each other.
yeah,
Um, um, but then also at the same time being sensitive now. Like the sensitivity is kind of awakened more than not, I guess.
yeah,
Right?
uh-huh. Yeah, which makes me, I guess, I think it's about we both need to own each other's states, and you can be
Yeah.
authentic in both.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, like not one state is better
hmm
or but just
Or not trying to pull you into my state fully and try to convince you, or you not trying to convince me.
right.
or state more.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And this is the thing, I think in a lot of like relationships, you get pulled into one polarity.
Mm-hmm.
Or I feel like in with my perspective,
Yeah.
then I just think the only way to go about having my need is just to
Yeah.
have no connection with you.
Yeah.
If
Oh,
you want to go deep and I don't feel like I want to go deep right now,
yeah.
then it feels like there's a no, we just can't have connection then.
Yeah. Yeah. Which makes sense. Which
Yeah.
makes sense. But yeah, like if one tries to go to the extreme, it is like you can feel the separation, like, oh, it's not going to happen. And let's say I did convince you, or you did convince me to join you, or you join me. It's not going to be a healthy integration because it's going to feel forced.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you also don't want that.
Hmm.
You want things to be where both parts are saying yes.
Yeah. But I do kind of want to explore that state of not like one or the other, but both seeing each other, respecting each other, but now that sensitivity is off. Like,
But
oh, I
now the
still want what I,
sensitivity,
yeah, like the part of me that's like, oh, I still want to go deep. And the part of you that's like, no, I want to just have a conversation.
yeah. Uh-huh.
But then respecting each other, but not want to give each other pain with that. So then the sensitivity of watching out for you and me, and then you watching out for yourself and me, like
Yeah.
it's just kind of in that space where it's like, wait, how do you get that space to feel comfortable with each other?
Right. Well, I feel like it's happening right now.
It is. It is.
I totally get, I know I've been there where I'm like in it and I need someone to see me
Hmm.
in that place.
Yeah.
I need someone
Yeah.
who's like going deep with me.
Yeah. And I've been in the opposite part too, like the part you're in today of,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I don't want to go diving deep. I just rather just talk about it. I don't have the energy to dive deep today.
Or like maybe it's also about like staying contained in my
Yeah.
energy field too. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what? When we were talking about like talking about ourselves organically in our current state and how we feel in the moment, um, I think what we're doing is we're still, even though we're in that state of, oh, okay, I don't want to hurt you, but this is how I feel. I don't want to hurt you, but this is how I feel. Um, but then the more and more we just keep talking about it, not being like, yeah, I just feel like you're not here for me, whatever, then that causes a defensiveness,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Um, but somehow I feel like just saying it out loud and understanding, I don't know what just happened, but I feel calm. Like,
Oh,
yeah, like I feel like this feels like a win-win. Like I don't really
no, strangely, me too. And even though I said I didn't
yeah.
want to go deep, I still feel like this feels deep.
Yeah. And I
Right?
feel like,
Because
yeah,
we're talking about all these, we go through these social dynamics all the time, in
yeah,
relationship. You're
yeah,
in a different, you're in a different energy or like mood state.
yeah.
And we are kind of lifting the surface of what's going on and how we can sometimes betray ourselves in service of what the other person's wanting,
Mm-hmm.
or like be disappointed because the other
Hmm.
person isn't what we're needing.
Yeah.
And in those places where it's so easy to just shut down or not talk about what's going on underneath the surface,
Mhm.
that causes more separation.
Yeah.
But I guess what I'm feeling is we're still like investigating what's under
Hmm.
the surface.
Yeah. And I like what you said because it does ring true for me too, where we are talking about it, but we are going deep. So I feel like we're actually experiencing both in the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I feel like we're both getting our needs met. Because honestly, that part that I was feeling, like, oh yeah, it does feel kind of rejected, and I felt, and I could feel it. It
Oh,
was feeling a
yeah.
bit sad, like, oh, I don't
I
think it's
felt it when you're like, well, I do want to go deep. And I was like, oh,
uh-huh. But now that part, like, I don't feel the sadness at all. It feels fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
But now I feel more like, I'm like, well, what?
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, I'm like, what's going on in the now deep plains? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, wait. So what would be your question to that?
Yeah. I'm like, so, well, now that we're here, okay, now I'm like, we're here.
Mhm.
I want to ask, yeah, what's like, how do you feel right now about maybe like your need of wanting to go deep?
In this very moment, I'm totally fine. Like I feel like I was seen and heard. I think it I think it felt like, oh, we're not gonna experience any of that. I think that part. Like I'm not gonna get what I want completely. I think that's what it felt like.
And I thought, oh, you're gonna be disappointed in me and you're gonna be
Oh,
like sad
yeah,
about me.
yeah. But you were right though.
Yeah,
Like I would have been sad
yeah.
because that part also um before even allowing it to be experiencing this, like it already had a belief that, oh, it's probably not going to go deep in the way that will feel satisfying for this part.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you are right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But then, and then when we decided, you know what, this is kind of good. Let's just do mirror moons on just this right here
Yeah.
and see where
Yeah.
it goes. And so as we're organically just processing this part was like, oh, seen and heard. Yeah. Because even though it's a conversation, it was a deep conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then it felt good because I think my neutral self and this part um also knows that it doesn't want to hurt you. And but this part feels, yeah, like sad, disappointed that it's probably not going to go the way that she wants it to, but more than anything, doesn't want to hurt you. So therefore, um, wait, what was I gonna say? Oh, um, but then organically trusting the process to see where it goes, it got to naturally feel like it was a win-win. It's recognizing it's getting your needs met of just having this conversation, but then it feels deep enough for this part. So even my neutral self and this part is like, oh my God, this feels like a win-win. So then it feels good.
Hmm.
Yeah.
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 I feel seen and safe to be myself and not feel
Yeah.
like I have to like be
Uh-huh.
pulled into something.
Uh-huh.
And if I don't,
Yeah.
then I'll be blamed or you'll be disappointed in me.
Yeah. And there is a sense from this part, like, okay, you are probably going to be sensitive now because you're the one that's saying, no, I don't want to. And I'm
Yeah.
like, no, I want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
But then I do sense that too. Like you do feel safer and like comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Instead of like your sensitivity being heightened like around
Uh-huh.
you.
And almost like I almost felt in the beginning like I said the wrong thing.
Oh,
by saying I don't want to go deep.
oh, really?
Well, a little bit. It's like, oh, but this is a place where you're supposed to,
Oh,
and like,
wait, do you want it?
yeah,
Like,
and that
why
like
does that
it's
feel that way?
bad to not want to go deep
Oh,
because you should always go deep. But then I realized I also held that belief too
yeah,
in
yeah,
like relationships I've been in or have where I'm wanting to go deep
yeah.
and the other person doesn't.
See.
And it always felt like I was right.
Wait,
And
wait, say that one more time.
okay, so in other relationships, I feel like I'm the one who's more like your position.
Oh,
But I just got an awareness of
yeah,
the other people I've been in relationship with,
yeah.
where they're more like, I don't want to go deep right now,
Oh,
or and I
that's
always saw them
so
as like,
good
oh God,
reflection.
you're just not for me,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know, you're
yeah,
shallow,
yeah,
get me, and like you never will, or
yeah,
just like
yeah,
having that judgment of
yeah,
people don't want to go deep. But then now I'm realizing, oh, I'm also that,
yeah,
and I understand that too.
yeah, yeah.
You know?
Oh, this is so great. Yeah,
And so you helped me realize that it's also okay to be like this, and it doesn't mean we can't have a relationship.
totally. You can have both. We can have both. Oh, yeah. This is so cool. I don't know what else to say. I feel fine now.
So funny. Wow.
Yeah, that was pretty healing.
Yeah. It's so cool where you just think it can only be this way or that.
Yeah, and just naturally assume it's probably not going to go your way, or like I don't want to go there because it could become more painful. So it already has like some sort of expectation or like its own belief of it's probably not going to work itself out so great. And
Yeah.
that premonition could be right or wrong, but in this case, we both proved to both of us that no,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be like like you can be seen safely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Also got this image just now of like the more authentic you are, the more transparent you are, where like each of us is a little, literally stream of consciousness, like a
hmm
river of
hmm
consciousness. And of course, when two rivers meet, we're gonna just, you know, become, one
fun.
river
hmm
together because we're all made of water.
hmm
And so, of course, they're gonna integrate.
Yeah,
It's not like
yeah,
a river here and a river there. They're gonna like not mix.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
So,
true.
so when we're transparent and honest with ourselves, with each other, of course we integrate.
Yeah.
Of course we're able to find the win-win and
Oh,
know that
that's so
there's,
beautiful.
a third reality we're creating where we can
Yeah.
both coexist and flow together
Mm,
as one.
yeah. And I think in this moment, we were the definition of love that, in our friendship, um, of that kind of definition of love, of I take you as a part of me. And even if we may not see eye to eye, I still respect and take you as a part of me, as my friend. And because we have that with each other, even though in that moment it feels like we're not getting what we want, but still wanting to take the other as a
Yeah.
part of ourselves. And I think through that, it always, like, there's always a way to um, resolve it peacefully, harmoniously, or safely, and safely. Yeah. Oh, this felt really good. Yeah.
Well, I think this is a positive or auspicious sign for the times ahead. If today is marking some punctuation point,
Yeah. Oh, and do you know another thing? Oh, sorry. Do you
oh
have
yeah, Yeah,
Oh,
just
okay,
just
sorry.
about that, with transparency and integration
Hmm.
leading to more flow
Hmm.
relationships.
I feel like that part that felt something off and wanted to go deep to that part, I feel like that part had an awakening, knowing that, oh, you're kind of relieved and made this part have a new awareness of, okay, if you want to go deep, it doesn't mean you have to go deep.
Oh,
Yeah, like even this conversation, it felt deep enough where it didn't need to explore it specifically to go deep. It it almost feels like um I don't know, I just feel like to this part, this is what it needed to experience. Like this was the deepness that it was looking for, but only thought deep was literally like exploring it like
being
heavily.
into the
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Okay, well, while you were saying that, I just got an image of, sometimes when you're just having a difficult day, and then randomly, maybe you go to a cafe and then you're just having a nice conversation
yeah.
with a stranger, just about nothing, about
Mm-hmm.
like the cake or something.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then you feel really good and somehow your energy shifted.
yeah.
And I feel like there's something, I don't know why I just got that image of that's also, it's like, it's not that this conversation you went into the,
Mm-hmm.
that's with it, but you still, I don't know, it's a moment of like really connecting with someone.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that is just connection that heals,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. A safe connection that is. Yeah.
a safe
And
connection that,
that's deep too.
yeah, and that is deep too. Yeah, even if you're not, you know,
Mm-hmm.
talking about the deep, dark root.
Yeah. Or feeling like I have to go in and
Yeah,
yeah,
uh-huh.
yeah.
But
I mean, there are
also
moments for that too,
feel
but
like there is a space and time for that, and that is
yeah,
very important as well.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm. But
Yay.
it's not the only way.
Exactly. Exactly. And sometimes you can fall into that pit of, no, this is the only way. I
Yeah.
have to get everything and go dive deep and whatnot.
And just help me realize something also about with what's come up with clients before, where there are some sessions where clients are like, I don't know what to talk about today.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't think I'm really triggered or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I found that those sessions where it's just a question mark and there isn't even like a pressing thing always happens to be the really profound ones.
Mm-hmm. I've experienced
Yeah.
that too. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. It's like, okay, well, tell me
Like
about your day.
Justin just kind of
Yeah.
exploring conversationally and then, oh, wait,
Yeah.
yeah. And
Yeah.
there's something there,
Yeah.
something magical that kind of
Mm-hmm.
gets
Mm-hmm.
revealed
It
through
gets
that.
pretty profound because it's like, whoa, I seriously thought I had nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yay. Well, I feel the completion. How about you?
completely.
Yeah. Okay. Until next time then. Thanks,
Bye,
Kwonyin.
Sylvia.
Bye.